Hello everyone, Kitthesoulless here, and today we're going to talk about something that might piss a few people off, but nevertheless, I feel it needs to be addressed. First off though, let's put up this graphic instead of the normal one, shall we? Since it has a significant meaning to this particular video. Now, we're going to talk about the concept of tolerance within a community and why it's an unbelievably important practice. I know a lot of people don't fully understand what this concept is, and I will do what I can to explain it as I go. Anyhow, for some reason, some people think that tolerance means ignoring the faults or even crimes of others, even when those things are pretty obvious. The biggest argument I've heard recently against practicing tolerance in our community is,
we should not let people in our community commit crimes and do nothing about it.
And those who know me know I wholeheartedly agree. This does not mean, however, that I condone things like witch hunting, doxing, or death threats. These things have plagued our community for a few years now, and it causes a lot of unnecessary damage to both our community as a whole and our public image. These, however, are not what the current rant is about, so I'll have to go into further detail on them in a different rant. Now, by the dictionary definition, tolerance is, quote, the ability or willingness to tolerate something, in particular, the existence of opinions or behaviors that one does not agree with. A tolerant society is one in which people with differing opinions can sit down and discuss their differences without fear of reprisal. This, in and of itself, requires both parties to be willing to listen as well as be heard. Now, our community used to be one in which you could openly disagree with someone else's beliefs, be it religious, political, or otherwise, and it would spark a discussion, not lead you to being defamed, labeled, and unpersoned by a deranged mob calling out for blood. Nowadays, though, if you disagree with anyone or even have a thought that differs from the beliefs of the perpetually outraged mob, you are branded as an alt-right extremist or an alt-furry Nazi, and then subjected to the hatred of those who would sooner falsely accuse you of unspeakable crimes than even attempt to hear what you have to say. This is, for lack of a better explanation, what the current outrage culture that has permeated our community is all about, and it's inexcusable. It leads to people living in fear of speaking their mind or expressing themselves. Hatred is a powerful force, and it almost universally damages our entire culture. It leads to the decline of artists, writers, and other artistic individuals by stifling their creativity under a blanket of what has been deemed socially unacceptable. Now, some might say that this is a good thing, but I'd like to remind you that what we do and who we are as furries was once considered socially unacceptable, to the point that many among us had to hide who and what we were for fear of being exiled by society as a whole. It is my belief that we need to teach those outraged and violent individuals among us what it truly means to be tolerant. Ours should be a community where we uplift those around us and offer praise to those who are still learning rather than condemn them. Not one where fear of violence and exile lurks in the hearts and minds of every furry. No one should have to live in fear of becoming the next one targeted by the social media lynch mob.